Right, here we go. Good evening. Welcome everybody to Logistical Nightmare Racing. It's Tuesday night and we're here coming to you from Brands Hatch. My name's Alan Patterson and you join us this evening for round 2. It's the GT4s this evening and we've just gone live. Hope you enjoyed the little GT4 video that I managed to hunt down and get on the stream. So, should provide some interesting racing here this evening with the smaller cars. They are a little bit slower obviously than the GT3s, but they handle very similarly, and as you can see there's no dominating car. Look at that grid. You've got BMW, Audi, Porsche, Mercedes, Chev, there's an Alpine, there's an Aston Martin. It's a whole mix and match, so we should see some good quality racing this evening. Looking at the track, it's as you note, except we're racing the long version all the way around. So besides Druids and then down the hill from the hairpin to Graham Hill Bend, that long left-hander called Surtees is a very important corner in getting a quick lap. That leads you onto the long straight, Pilgrim's Drop, all the way down the back straight, and then into the whole successive right-hand high-speed corners from Hawthorne to Westfield, Dingledale corner, and then the first left of Stirling's. Then you come up through Clearways and Clark Curve onto the start-finish line. It's a tough track. It's an undulating, tough little track. Some people love it, some people hate it. Either way, it's going to provide us with some exceptional racing this evening. And we're going to see this track twice this week, because not only is it here with Logistical Nightmare, it's also in the one of the other leagues on Thursday evening. So there we go. Let's see what is going on at the moment. We're still in free practice. Still coming to grips with the timing system at LNR, so we'll wait for a couple of minutes for free practice to tick over, and we'll get into official qualifying for this evening's race. Everything's settled and ready. This is round 2 of the GT4 Championship. Round 3, which will be in 2 weeks' time because it alternates with the GT3 cars. The Mazzano. Dry race round 4. It's 4 weeks' time. It's going to be Nürburgring, variable weather. Round 5, Zandvoort. That'll be wet from Holland. And then round 6, the final round, Alton Park. That's going to be a dry race. Also, just a shout out to all the Patreon subscribers. Logistical Nightmare, they are Grid Finder approved. Excuse me. And that certainly helps. So, yeah, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can be notified for any future updates. It's some good clean racing here, and it's a good bunch of guys. Sean Stradham, a 134.2. Now, some interesting things going on here. I saw Sean on the track earlier, but he wasn't in a BM. He was in a, I think he was in a Porsche. So possibly just testing or experimenting, but they were substantially lower times than what we're seeing at the moment. So track's possibly not optimum at the moment, but sure, when quali starts we should see the lap times drop. Oh, second quickest at the Mo was Sean Stradham at a 133.1. We've got Ryan Barrington Smith out there in one of the little Porsches. Barry's racing, be like that. I'll also out in a little Porsche. Beefaroni racing. See the Italian colors. Goldstein. EQ Racing in the first of the Audis, R8 GT4s. Gary van der Haar, he's out in one of the Mercedes. And here's Pierre, who just bumped into 5th place. Pierre Dupré, he's in one of the Chef Chef Tomorrow's. I think he's in only one. Couple. There's 3 at least. So there we go. He pops up into 7th place in the Aston Martin GT4. So solid, reliable, safe. 2 Porsches at the moment, 2nd and 3rd. Robson, Hunt, Fitz, Ethan Rutter is in the Alpine or Alpine. Los Sabata, he's out in the black and turquoise highlight Mercedes-Benz GT4. Got Charles Schnee in another BM. Love the sound of these BMs. And my man Chris DeSantis, here he is. He's in one of the Works color scheme BMWs. It's awesome. It looks awesome, actually. Dig that livery. BMW Simracing. EWSR teammate. E Bullion, here he comes. Another one of the Porsches. Same as Niall. Paul Fenter. Let's see. So, Mr. So earlier on, this car had a different wrap on it. It was more of a number 46 kind of Dayglow kind of ex-motorbike racer kind of being Grello. He's quickly changed this to be banana yellow. So there we go. Car looks right now for the person driving it. Very good, Paul. Desmond Pullen sitting in the pits in a very tricked out 911. Nice colors, black, white, and lime green. 17th, Kalen Mawa, rounding out the 17 drivers. He's also in a tomorrow there, the dark blue one. You can see second from the top in the. So 17 drivers here at the moment. And yes, let me also take this opportunity to say good evening to everyone on the YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us here at Logistical Nightmare Racing. Jock, good to see you. Don Cross, grand to have you back, sir. John Bucks there. Anthony, how are you, man? So, agreed. Need a little bit more love for the GT4s. There we go. Sessions ticked over. I think we are. Is it? Into official quali. Right. 10 minutes of quali. We're on our way. Note the top right hand corner. Track condition. It's only fast. This is still going to be a tricky little quali for these drivers. Deals with the test. Right, here we go. I've got confirmation. So, quali 10 minutes and race 60 minutes, hour-long races. Is a mandatory tyre change and pit stop window. So, it's not open the entire race, but there is you do have to take one compulsory stop. You do have to change tyres. Oh, that's it. Yeah. The Penta, best you get out there and go and quali in that banana, pal. Then gooi millies. lucky to have you all here, and please do, if you are watching for the first time or if you're return visitors and you haven't yet, please click on the thumbs up and click on the subscribe. It helps the sport, helps to keep it going, it helps everything in the long run. So not going to hurt you. Just click on the subscribe, click on the tick, and enjoy the stream. Let's have some banter. Let's discuss who, what, and where. Let's see what happens in the race tonight. I have no clue. I mean, I did go and buy the pack, the GT4 pack. I've tried it. I've raced a few endurances with Chris, the BM, and in the Aston. I really don't like it. I'm kind of focusing on trying to get my skill as quickly as fast as I can be in a GT3 car, and these things feel just completely different. So, be able to offer up more by doing the live casting and streaming than to actually try and partake in the cars in the races. So, helps everybody, helps the sport, helps Logistical Nightmare, and I'm happy. So, here we go. Also, I'm casting and streaming in Mega HD quality, so feel free to click on the gear and go and bump up your download speed if you've got the bandwidth. And you can download, watch it in 1440 E60 HD, super clear quality. I've also pushed the graphics up to epic, so everything should look right. Grass, your shadows, distance, imagery, everything should look as good as it can for the game, which at the best of times is beautiful. Right, Mr. Barrington Smith up at the sharp end of the stick at 32.7 with his little Porsche. So yeah, we're seeing some quick times. I saw a lot of smack talk going on the Discord. I was talking about 130s and possibly quicker, but that might be possible actually if the track conditions change. Currently still fast. Don't know if it'll change in this quali session. Quali taking place at 11 in the morning, and notorious with this game, the track conditions only going to optimum after midday or after at least 2 or 3 sessions. Weather, it looks good. No wind and sunny. 23 degrees ambient and 28 track 10. John Stratton currently the best of the rest, pushing in the BMW. So Ryan goes, not Ryan, the BM, that's Chris DeSantis, works BM. So Porsche, BM, Audi, Mercedes, Aston. 5 manufacturers in the top 5 positions right now. Nothing wrong with that. Not an Aston fest or a Porsche fest. It's a mix-up of all the manufacturers. Straight in, closing in. Orange BMW with black stripes, white and black on the side and rear. So sit in the car with Sean as he goes round. I love the sound of this engine. Dave is looking good. Dave Young is right there in 3rd place now in the big Mercedes. So, 3 drivers currently within half a second of each other. Straight him, wheeling it over the curbs. Here comes up to Dingledale. Oh, that car does nice to get out the way for him. Right, out the back of the circuit now, heading back towards the start-finish line. corner, tricky corner at best. Car just wants to run out all the time. It's not an easy corner, dark curve. This braking point, paddock hill bend, got to clip that curb, then turn hard and hang on to it. Don't get caught in the sand trap. Brake under the bridge. So we go through Druids, try not to hit too much of the inside curbing. Climb on it, move right across to the right hand side. Brake now through Graham Hill bend. This is the short Cooper straight under the back of the pits on your right hand side. Now this, Surtees, be patient, long left hander, wait for the car to grip up and then climb on the loud pedal. Off you go down the long back straight. This is the longest straight on the track. Pilgrims drop here through the dip, then you drop gears and you take Hawthorne. The tricky corner, wait for the car to grip up, then get on it. Now Westfield bend, half of the grass and curb you've got to take, otherwise it's a slow lap. Now we're going through Dingledale. This is Dingledale corner. Also a whole lot of curb to take here. Hold on, it doesn't drip wide. Braking into Sterling's, then down to Clearways. Now through car curb. Get on the curves, don't run wide, don't get in the sand. And let's see what this does for Sean Straden. Oh, he closes in by 2/10. So, here we go. Getting quicker all the time. Dave Young in the Mercedes. As I go to him, he decides to go back to pits. Brenning's Carl Stein. A wailing Audi through Dingledale, hanging onto the car just ahead of BMW of Schneer. See if these guys can improve and got the grid. Not much time left. Jeez, 10 minutes flies by. Pretty used to the longer 30-minute quali in the other leagues. 10 minutes just zoots by. Charles over the line, he stays fifth. Has gone through to record another lap, so this lap will count. Up at the Corsa, he's up. He's just gone through into sector 2 and heading down the back straight and carrying about 2/10. Now he's lost all of that time, so he's got a bad drive down that back straight. A little bit of up. Sequential right-handers that you've got to take around the back end of the track here. He's up 2/10. Mr. Santos goes a little bit quicker. He's up into 13th place. Sabata is up here 3/10. Watch this. He's going to be able to maybe get up to Gary's time in 14th place. Loses a bit of time through there. A bit too long on the brakes. Into the line now, and does he improve? Yes, Pierre Duprier in the Camaro. Dingledale, and he is up 4/10, almost half a second now. He is half a second up. The Camaro going quick. This is going to punch him up from 8th to almost 4th or 5th. This is a mega time for Pierre Duprier, and he holds on to it. So if this counts, which it should, 10's up at the moment. 9th, and he does. He goes up to 5th. Great stuff. In a second, so that was an awesome final lap. That's quali for you. 18 cars, so we got a late arrival here. That Renier Duplessis, he did manage to put in an official time, but Grant, you have him with us on the track. Get everyone back in the pits. We'll have the starting grid lined up, and I'll take you for a walk. There it is. I'm here. Okay. Mr. Ryan Barrington-Smith against the pit wall. Next to him, Sean Straden for LNR. In the murk of Mr. Young, Phil Krenning, Aston Martin. Pierre Dupree just bumped into fifth with the Camaro, and Paul Fenty in the banana Camaro on the right hand side, next to each other. Dane, Audi, then we've got Robson, Rutter on Alpine, and there's the other Porsche. This is Desmond Pullen on the right hand side, car 911. Neil Bullion on the left, also in a Porsche, then another BM on the right hand side. Charles Schneer, 12th. Chris DeSantis in his BMW. Gary van der Haar in the Mercedes-Benz. Bata in his Mercedes. And Bullion at the back with Dupree in the silver Mercedes right at the back of the grid. So that's the grid as we have it. 18 cars. Hear about the camera bouncing. Ryan Barrington-Smith going up and down. Cars still up on the jacks. 30 seconds, so we should get engine start now. Hello Bertus, thanks for joining us. I also hate this track, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, we're this week is very busy at Brands Hatch. Commentary, race commentary, so busy week as well for me. Sean Buck looking forward to this. I agree, I think it's going to be an epic race. And Bertus, I agree, if you're free and available next, well, you should come and race on Tuesdays just so that you can get to race. Next week Tuesday is GT3 and then the week after is GT4. So even if you're free, come and put your feet up and race another league, and you don't have to worry about anything. Yes, Camo Draco, thanks. I did see that on the thumbnail. I'm going to point at our fearless leader for this league, Mr. Buck, who sets that up. I don't have any control over that, so all good. Nothing too serious. It's just a bit of confusion because we run GT3 and GT4 alternate weeks, and he did a copy and paste and got a little bit wrong. Anyway, here we go. Ryan Barrington-Smith taking us around the back end of the track. That is a great looking cars, and good to see. Yeah, 5 manufacturers in the top 5 positions. So nice to see a bit of variety for once, and not one manufacturer kind of dominating as it has been GT3. Yeah, Sean, I thought I'd surprise you with a nice GT4 video for tonight's stream. So they start prepping, getting side by side for the start. Currently sitting on Neil Krenning's Aston Martin, 4th place. At least give us the opportunity to see a couple of cars forward and backward. So everyone's getting into position. Gaps are looking about right. Going to look very racy on the outside in the yellow Camaro. Up to the line. Everyone's ready. Lights a little bit ways back there. This is the BM of Schneer. The lights are green, here we go. Further back, further back, Constantini effect. Guys on the grass. They all get through okay, safe. Awesome, there we go. First corner, no contact, no dramas. Three abreast into the hairpin. Oh, and there's a subtle little tap down here. Oh, well done. They got all straightened out. There was a little tap with the yellow Porsche. It wasn't Neil Bullion's Porsche. It was another one. I think it was Lee, actually. Now my screen just jumps around for 20 seconds while it stuff out. Guys need to just be aware it's further back there. Good. Ryan Barrington-Smith up and running. Sean Straden following suit in the BMW. And Mr. Dave Young in the Mercedes-Benz, not too far back. The top three up and running. Neil Krenning in 4th place under huge pressure here from Paul Venter. Through Dingledale they go. Aston Martin's got to soak up this pressure. All looking very racy. Other Chev has dropped down. The Chev's, well, he's down in 11th for Dupree. He must have had a big moment somewhere. And here we go over the start-finish line, and Paul's going to look. Paul's coming to the outside. Trading positions the Aston for the inside. Paul's going to go by. He has to go all the way around the outside, and he does. But did he outbrake himself? Didn't. An awesome overtaking move. And position taken there. So, Mr. Fenter up into 4th place. And he's calling millies for sure. Back down to Pierre Dupree in his Camaro. He jumps up 2 positions, so must have had a drama somewhere, and he's up and running. Takes another 2 places and goes up to 9th from 11th. Sorry, that yellow and red Porsche, it's Wilfred Robson. He got turned around at the hairpin, and then a subtle tap straightened him out. So I don't know if he lost a lot of positions, possibly not, but I think everyone's up and running and everyone's safe. A little bit further back, but 14th place. Had the drama already dropping now, so back a replay quickly. Oh, look at this! That long right-hander. I think he had contact with Desmond Pullen's Porsche. He has returned back to the track super slow. Desmond Pullen manages to hang on to it. Big slide in the little Porsche. And he's up behind Gary van der Haan. On he goes. Should be going back live shortly. Still a replay. Okay, here we go. And he has passed Gary, in fact. So Desmond Pullen up into 13th place. So glad the replay systems are working again, but are working for ACC. Can jump far back and go and see any dramas that happen. Oh, and that Merc goes into the back of Desmond. He catches the slide, straightens the car out. That's a little bit of bad luck there by Gary. He has slowed down and allowed Desmond to get sorted, and now he comes back on, coming down the hill. That was a little bit of it wasn't commentator's best, but we did happen to see it. Hang up a little bit ahead, and here we have Ethan Rutter, the Alpine Sports E-Series car, chasing the back of Lee Bullion in the Porsche. Desmond hopefully not carrying too much damage on that Porsche. A little bit of a tap, but it's a little scruffy, but he's going. Going up to 10th place, Wilfred. Look at this traffic jam. Wilfred in the Porsche, looking at that Camaro who runs a bit deep. Pierre Dupree having a drama, and Wilfred's coming up the outside of him. Going to outbrake him. He's got to go around the outside. That's awesome driving. Great respect shown by all the drivers, and Wilfred goes up into 9th place, top 10. The 2 BMs are right there as well. But Mr. Dupree now taking, oh, and there's contact down the straight. Schnee in the BMW, rubbing mirrors with the Camaro, goes around the outside. Just behind him, there's Chris DeSantis. There's this helicopter going. Comes up to the hairpin. Chris also going around the outside of the big Camaro. Back there. Here we go. Now Chris has got the inside. and he does get it done. So it was a little bit of a rough time for Pierre Duprier in the Camaro, and he's dropped back 3 positions. Okay, we've had a change at the sharp end of the stick. Sorry about the rubbish on the stream. And hello Jesse Swartz. Great to have you here, sir. D 1976 Sniper. How's it? But yeah, Sean Stratham just ahead of Ryan Barrington-Smith. Look at this. This is the gap for first and second. So we missed it, but we were watching some action further back, and Ryan Barrington's going to give it his all. Do a lap with him from helmet view and see where the BMW is making any mistakes, if any. Oh, Ryan catching that. That's what happens if you grab too much of that curve. It actually spins the car around. He did well to catch that. Sean Stratham stretching his lead for LNR. He's running hard in the BMW, and he's trying to create some daylight between him and Barrington-Smith. Perhaps now out to a second. So Van Barrington actually not in the slipstream right now. Very, very wide there by both drivers. They both catch it, nail it over the back end of the track, and onwards we go. Here's Dingledale. Very interesting set of corners and little hills and bumps. That one can throw you out right to the grass on the left there. But Sean Stratham's got the better of the Porsche right now. We wait for the pit stop window to open. Everyone to pit. Oh no, unfortunately Desmond Pullen's early in the pits. He's obviously got some damage. He's had to fix the Porsche up. So he's going to have to pit twice. It'll be a long race for him. Then have a look at Mr. 11th. Having a huge fight still. Charles Schnur. The Camaro is lit up and chasing. So Pierre Duprier wants to get back at these two BMWs. The BMs are flat out going at each other. If Desmond hasn't retired that car, and he is coming back out again. Oh no, there's a problem. Schnee runs very wide. That's allowed Antis to come up the inside. Now they're outside, side by side as they come through first sector. And now the Camaro is looking opportunistic. Santa's going to have to watch his mirrors. He does close the door. Through 30s they go. Very funky buzz. Up ahead of them, Bullion and Robson. Porsches also having a huge session. Catch up cameraman, there they go. 1, 2. Expect Desmond Pullen is retired to the pits. I don't think he's coming out, he's been in there too long. Or he had to disconnect, or he escaped to pits and he has to sit out for 2.5 minutes. Bad luck there, sir. Porsches are closing in on Kalen Mawa. Kalen in the other Camaro. Well, Paul Fenter slowly but surely closes the time back to the young 4th place. Oh, sorry, Jacques, just ignore the garbage, buddy. I'm not an admin on this YouTube, so I can't delete the stuff like I can on the other ones. It's a whole bunch of maintenance that needs to be done. And as you've seen, we get spammed on every stream. It's a Like just ridiculous bots, so just ignore the rubbish. Thanks, Anthony. Good stuff. Jock saying possibly look for an alternative. Saying it's his wheel that's the problem. I was talking to him the other night, and it's on a G29 like me. I have no problems. What the problems are. If it's a wheel, I don't know. I'll have to hear after. Right, these three are closing in. Staying in the Audi, having to watch his mirrors because Kalen Mawa's coming in the Chef. Al Bullion coming in the Porsche, and a little bit of a gap back to Wilfred Robson's Porsche. The Santos still 3/10 off the back of Schneer's BMW. I'm just watching the gaps up at the top. Like Sean Stradham is extending that lead. So, all good to go, yeah. I mean, just look at that picture. We've got a 10-cylinder, an 8-cylinder, and a flat 6. And they're racing each other. How awesome is that? Chev. Kalen looking. He's certainly... And Kalen's looking. Needs to stay in the slipstream. Don't drive out there in the wind. Very close now on the back of Stein. Have to follow all the way around here. Just be careful not to nudge. No contact. With the helicam. All three go through their line astern. Great racing lines. Dingledale got to take a whole bunch of that curb. Not bounce too much off that. They all close in as they head back up through clearways towards the start finish line. This is excellent racing by these guys. Aura is certainly looking very menacing, very racy out there. Needs to work out where he can do it. And as I say that, Al Bullion closes in the little Porsche. Runs a little bit wide onto the back straight to give the Porsche a drive, and the Porsche is pulling Wilfred Robson with him. Al Bullion closing in on the back of the Camaro, and Stein getting away now. That's what I was saying in practice, that long left-hand corner as you come on through Surtees, it's such an integral part of getting a quick time through this track. Kalen now struggling on the back gear, is not happy at the moment, and the Porsches are ready to jump. In fact, Niall is looking already. He's trying to force the issue. Kalen's got to watch in his mirrors. Last turn now as they come through clearways, Clark curve. Niall Bullion can get a good drive here. He might have the inside going into turn 1. Right in the slipstream, and Kalen's up against the pit wall. Oh, here we go, and the Porsche's throwing it up the inside. Kalen knew that was going to happen. Oh, don't come out there. A little bit of sideways action going on, and now the Camaro is in the sand. Mr. Dupree gets a 5-second penalty. That must have been for some contact somewhere. Do you believe we have live stewards here? Must have. Okay. Have a chat. Oh, not serious. Oh, some more penalties. Here we go. Sabata, also 5-second for contact. And another one. Gary van der Haar, 5-second for the Mercedes-Benz. So they all had first and second lap contacts. And all are coming out now and getting sorted out. So thank you, Mr. Stewart. It is Anthony doing his best. Great job. That was risky, but hey, it paid off. We might have a little kebabs going on here. Okay, so yeah, light contact, door-to-door contact, little bit of contact going on. Two cars, car 99 and G11, having contact with Desmond Pullen's Porsche 911. So he got seriously bullied there and drive the car, or possibly had a technical. It's not a major drama, and I'm sure he won't be too upset. Okay, let's get back in this. Close dicing. Where is it? It's Crystal Santos. Came backwards. Oh my word! Look at this lot. So the two BMs. They've got Gary van der Haar right there with the Mercedes-Benz, although he is carrying a 5-second penalty. But full-on racing going on here, Mercedes versus BM. Right, Mr. Santos trying to find a hold that he can push that BMW through. He's racing a fellow BMW driver. Ooh, Gary van der Haar almost getting a big tank slap with the Mercedes, and he falls off the back a little bit. So BMs go down Pilgrim's Drop through Hawthorne. Have to keep tight on that apex so you can climb on it early. In this right-hander, Westfield, you've got to get over that grass and curbing. Santos looking super competitive, also very racy. But Schnur doing well to hold him back. Boy's looking, he looked, he thought. And here we go, Dos Santos, huge drive. Schnur positioning the car up the inside. Santos has to go to the outside. It's not going to work through here, but they might get the undercut. Charles Schnur managing to position the BM exactly where it needs to be. And Dos Santos, probably one of the cleanest gentleman drivers out there. He will bide his time and just apply the pressure and try and find a way past. Owns an extremely rapid E46 BMW, a supercharged BMW. Turbocharged, sorry. It was super and he pulled it off. Does use it for track days, and he's very familiar with these cars. That's why you'll always see him in a BMW. Even if he's stone last, he'll be in a BMW. Now he's got a good drive. Is he close enough to pull out? Is he? It's not. We'll just ride it around the back end of the circuit here. Looking at deltas up and down. Staying 3/10 off the back of Wilfred, but I'm going to stick with the BMs here for now. This is a super close race at the moment. Just gets a nice drive through there. Schnur getting on the grass and the dust. These cars very evenly matched, and the drivers, clearly it's obvious. Chris coming from very far off the left hand side of the track, trying to do the undercut into the hairpin. Looks back in line. Up ahead you can see Sabati and the Mercedes. BMWs, even though they're racing, it looks like they're closing in on that Merc. Wait for the car to grip up, hammer it, there we go, windows open. So 10 minutes into the race, pit window opens and it'll close 10 minutes from the end. So drivers and their various pit tactics. Some of them running 50-50 splits. Some probably splash and dashes. And going to pit in the last 10 minutes. We shall see. Sean Stratham, 4.3 seconds up the road in his BMW. So the M4 GT4 BM certainly a very efficient GT4 racing car. Three Porsches in your top 10. Wow. So 3 Porsches and otherwise 7 different manufacturers in the top 10. That's good. Chris struggling to find a gap. Going to Kalen Mawe, 9th place, and he's looking at Staines Audi. Kalen Mawe in the big Chev Camaro, he wants past. Definitely closing in. Super close here. Wow, they take a lot of that grass. Also got to watch out for possible drive-throughs if they take too much off track. And I tell you what, Stain is going very far off racing lines. So I'm sure he's going to be carrying a couple of off-track warnings. Convinced. Morrow's getting close now. If Kalen gets a good drive out of the final turn, not curve, and he climbs on the gas, but the Audi's also on just as quick. All about fast exits in this game. Quickly. Oh, he got through. Let's go back. 30 seconds. They're side by side through Dingledale. Chris up the inside. And he gets the pass done. Runs wide, but manages to hold on to it. But that's now the pass done for that dice. Santos goes ahead of Schnee. And Gary van der Haar coming with them. The big white and German colored or German striped Mercedes. So there we go, position change. Go back live now, and here we are. So Dos Santos now wants to try and put a little bit of daylight between him and that Schnee BMW, and he wants to close in on Sabata. All intent and purposes, as we stand right now, Sabata carrying 5 seconds. That does put Dos Santos into 13th place at the moment, net, but I'm sure he's still going to want to try and close in and make the pass and do it properly. Hello to everybody on the YouTubes, thanks for joining. I hope you're enjoying this live stream coming to you from Logistical Nightmare Racing. It's Tuesday night racing. Coming to you from Brands Hatch, and it's the GT4 championship. Alternate weeks from the GT3s. Oh, there we go. Wilfred Robson in the pits from 11th. So he's pitting early. He's going to get it out the way. He was probably in some traffic. And it's not a bad strat, actually, if there is traffic, to get your pit stop done. Then you can come out and just drive, and eventually everyone else will pit and you'll fly right by. Go look at Kalen Mawa up in 8th place. Big Camaro. Joel Stein in the Audi now managing to egg out a little bit of a gap, about a second, give or take. Further up, Niall Billion in the Porsche. He's closing in on Neil Crennan's Aston Martin. So his little Cayman GT4 is very rapid. It's a good drive through Dingledale. He's going to now put a whole lot of pressure on Neil Brennan, who's got to watch in his mirrors. Aston comes up against the pit wall. Gonna run defensive. The Porsche is close. Goes out. Al's gonna try and swing it from the outside, take a fast racing line. Try and get a good drive up to the hairpin. He does. Up they come to the hairpin. The Aston closes the door. Does he run deep? Doesn't. Perfect brake points. So those times will also be removed once the drivers take their pit stops. So we'll see some changes. There we can see Wilfred Robson, little green box next to his name in 16th. And there's Sabata taking his pit stop from 15th. So he is pit stop plus 5 seconds. He'll come out, I'm sure, behind Wilfred Robson, but the time penalty will be removed as well. Right, let's get some opinions on who's going to win this. Is Sean Stradham in the BMW going to manage to hang on? Is Dave Young going to maybe pip all of them with the Mercedes? What about the flying Billy Banana of Paul Fenter, the big chef? Is he going to maybe be able to do an undercut or an overcut? Who says what out in YouTube land? Come on, let's have some discussion here. Talk about sitting on the fence, y'all. Gee whiz. Top 5. Yo. Right, Dupria into the pits with his chef. And he's going to get rid of his penalty. So that's going to drop him back and promote Dos Santos, Lee Bullion, Gary, Wilfred Robson, and Sabata Shaw. Right, this currently the closest dice. It's within a second between Al Bullion and Neil Grenan. Otherwise, everybody else is a second or bigger. The gap's now extending. We'll see this. It does happen. There's a Concertini effect that happens on the track, and then people pit and they come out the pits, and the car feels all different, or the new tires are wrong, or whatever. And we should see some close racing come back to us shortly. Ukraine and getting the run on the Aston Martin and putting 1.1 seconds ahead. There the Camaro comes out the pits. Kalen Mauer comes into the pits with his Chev, but that is the Chev of Pierre Duprier, the light blue one, and he has come out there in 15th place. So his pit stop done. He's behind Wilfred Robson's Porsche, and off they go. Hey, there we go. Rutter also in with the Alpine, and Charles Schnee in his BMW, and Gary. So everybody hitting the pits. 30 minutes, so pretty much bang. Oh, this Mercedes is driving off the track here. That's Duplessis in 17th place. But yeah, wow, we've been going for 29 minutes and 15 seconds. Rounded up to 30 minutes, so halfway through the race, 50-50 splits. That's what you see in front of you. The Kalen Mauer, all of those guys, they ran a 50-50, and they pitted. It's all done, and they can now race to the flag. Everybody from 9th and upwards still needs to pit. Pop up to our leader and just catch up here. Sean Stradham for LNR, and he is going through the traffic. That's Lee Bullion's Porsche in 8th place, I believe. No, sorry, it's Wilfred Robson's Porsche who has pitted. So he's a lap down. He is essentially first on the track And there we go. Another whole 4 cars pile into the pits. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all into the pits. Their pit stops. Shooting Paul Enter, Neil Penning. Sean Stradham stays out. So these guys need to watch out for their pit stop window closing, and it will close in 19 minutes time. 5 in the pits now. Santos goes in. Guys are coming out already. So Venter, Gran. The timing screen's going to just go a little bit haywire as everybody has to sort themselves out. And here comes our leader, Sean Stradham. Nails the braking point at the 50-meter line. There you can see. So no drive-throughs for anybody at the moment. So Ryan Barrington-Smith inherits the lead in his red and black Porsche. And he's also got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. That's Kalen Mauer's Camaro that he's looking at. And it's 9th place just up ahead of him. Oh, there's the first drive-through. Lee Bullion, he didn't slow down in time, or he released his pit limiter, but no, apologies. Drive-through is for off-track excursions, so he's done one too many cuts, and on his 4th cut he gets issued a drive-through. That's not speeding in the pit lane. That's a stop-go. 30. He's going to have to serve that within the next 3 laps, otherwise he will get a DSQ. Right. Barrington Smith and Dave Young, the only cars that haven't pitted. Dave Young in the big Mercedes here for Bullet Racing. Now, there's only a handful of really old bullies in this hobby and sport that will know or remember a movie called Bullet. As he peels into the pits. Here we go. I'm sure he stops in time. And he does. There's the limiter. But if you haven't seen it, go and see if you can find it somewhere and go and watch it. Steve McQueen in a movie called Bullet. About a San Francisco cop in a Mustang. Legendary movie from the 60s. Barrington Smith through Sector 1 and on his way now through Don Cooper Strait. Thanks for cleaning up and getting rid of the spam. And apologies to our visitors and site visitors. This is a huge problem in all the leagues and requires admins all the time on board to delete and block and whatever you've got to do. And yet it still comes back. Just absolute garbage, bots, total waste of times. Right, Mr. Young's in the pits. Dave Young from 3rd. So Sean Stradham goes back into 2nd. Dave Young comes out the pits. So Wilfred Robson now up into 7th place in his portion, looking at Staines Audi. But Kalen Mauer's Camaro is right there, and Niall Bullion's right there. So these guys are all closing in on each other now. Barrington Smith's still got a pit. And he is up the road by a good few seconds. Look at the Camaro. Oh, Ryan Barrington Smith in the pits now. So, that's Kalen Mauer's Camaro being hassled by Niall Bullion. Beefaroni Racing. I do enjoy some of these team names. Okay, let's see. Ryan Barrington's in. There he is. Where's Sean? Oh, around the final corner. Here he comes. Ryan Barrington should be rolling. He's off the jacks. He is rolling. There goes the BMW. Barrington out the pits. And Ryan Barrington Smith through T1. Where's Dave Young? Here he comes. So that's first and second. Sean Stradham and Ryan Barrington-Smith. And Young coming onto the start-finish line now, so it won't be a change for that position. But that's currently your podium results as it stands with 24 minutes to go. It's Stradham, Barrington-Smith, and Young, 20 seconds apart. Plus the gap between Barrington and Stradham, which is give or take 7 seconds. So first to third is 28 seconds. Wilfred Robson on lap 22, all the drivers, and Wilfred the closest behind Charles Stein in his Audi R8. Wilfred trying to make up positions here. Oh, Niall Bullion, look at this. Wow. Within a tenth of Kalen Mauer's Camaro. So Niall, this corner now, he's going down the Cooper Straight. He wants to nail Surtees, get a good drive through here, and then just tow that Camaro all the way along through Pilgrim's Drop. And he doesn't. Camaro gets a better drive through that whole complex. Yeah, Sean agreed, man. There's absolutely zip we can do. I've done a lot of investigations to see if there's stuff we can block. You can block them. It's a whole new bot that comes at us. It's relentless, man. There's nothing we can do about it. And you'd think that YouTube would have a way of knowing, what is spam and what's not. I mean, there is a thing where we can put commentary only allowed to commentary only for followers. That's the word. There we go. You've nailed it. But, then if you have an arbitrary site visitor and they want to say something, well, then they must just click on subscribe, I guess. That might be our way forward, is to allow the commentary window only open to followers and subscribers. Then we won't get the spam. So that could be our option, sir. Right, 22 and a half minutes left. Al Bullion in ninth, wanting 8th place from Kalen Mauer. Wilfred Robson, one position up ahead in the Porsche, looking at Charles Stein in his Audi. Oh, that Porsche are running very wide there. If he kept his foot in it, that's going to be a track cut. So must be careful he doesn't get too many of those. Like his dad Lee. Well, I think Lee's left us. He has. He's disconnected, so he's not going to participate in the. Now am I getting this the wrong way around? Who's the dad? Can somebody confirm? I'm sure it's Lee, or have I got it wrong again? Remember him reminding me, but I've forgotten already. Right, now, right here, within half a second, if not less, from Kalen Mauer. Sean Stradham stretching his lead at the moment. 8.3 seconds now over Barrington-Smith. Niles the son. There we go. Thank you. So this is the youngster that we're watching. Dad's got cutful, as we say, and he's just decided he's not going to finish. But that's okay. Oh, and he runs wide there again. I'll tell you what, if Niall does that one more time, or at least one more time, I'm sure he's carrying possibly 2 track cuts, maybe 3. You're going to see a DT pop up next to his name before this race is finished. Meantime, Kalen Mauer in the Camaro is now closing in on Robson. John Stradham's lap time's consistent, I guess. Probably. tell you quickly, best lap times, Sean Stradham are 132.0 at 132. No 130s that were being dropped, bomb drops on the Discord. 132.0. Last lap a 132.1. Ryan Barrington Smith quickest a 132.2. In fact, Ryan Barrington's last lap was his quickest. 132.2. And Dave Young, 133.007. His last lap was his quickest. 33. Nobody else in the 32s. The rest of the field all the way down to Pierre Dupree in 12th, all of them 133s. And Charles Schneur from 13th down, they're all 134s and slower. So there we go. I think Kalen, he's the sandwich between these Porsches, but he is closing in. This currently the closest ice on track, with just under 19 minutes to go. And I'm going to just get a glass of cold drink. Give me 30 seconds. Oh, the Camaro is very close here. Yeah, consistency wins races, but it's so difficult to be consistent with the challenge of guys wanting to try and get past you, etc., etc. I think if Sean was under some more pressure, or Ryan Barrington Smith closer, that consistency wouldn't be there, because you start running some defensive lines to protect the corners and such, and out goes consistency goes out the window. Look at the Camaro. Look at the Camaro. I think what we got to do is give the drivers a whole pile of thumbs up and respects and all the rest for the clean 1 and 2 laps that the guys had. Oh, they all cut that. Gee whiz. I'll tell you. Al Bullion, he's going to get a drive through. He's cutting this track left, right and center to hang on to these guys. He's literally tracking the big Chev, so desperately trying to hang on to its draft. Oh, and here it comes. Here comes the drama. Kalen runs very wide, positions the Camaro right in the middle of the track, and Al has to try and make another plan. Not so wide there. He's reining himself in. Thought he was going to try and do a send up the inside there. Gotta love how pretty this game looks. I mean, just look at the pictures in the background. Look how clear it is, and it's a very, very good looking game, that's for sure. Or simulation. Kalen's now got to run defensive to protect his lines, and now he's letting Porsche Wilfred get away. He's defending, and there's Kalen gets the drive through. Sorry for you, buddy, but you chopped too many corners, so the drive through for the Chev, and that's the end of that challenge. Al needs to do, oh, and that Mercedes is sideways. That is Rod Dupree in 16th place. Renier, here he is, and he's getting it going. Good man. Kalen comes straight in to get rid of the drive-through, and that's unfortunate, but that's what happens. You cut corners and you take them at speed, and you're going to get off-track warnings. So bad luck there. Oh, Ashley also saying Kalen losing pressure on right rear. Oh, well, he just hit too many curves. It's all the sequential right-handers around the back of the track. Hey, you frequently get a pressure loss going around there on the right rear, because you hit all those corners to get a quick lap time, and they cut the tire. I agree. He did look like he was overdriving. But I'm guaranteed, Niall, this man is not Wilfred, that Porsche, he's carrying at least 2, possibly 3 track warnings. He's got to clean his lines up, because if he goes off or far off, which he's probably going to do in this challenge, he's going to get a drive-through. Close. Alan Mauer comes out the pits and he's done. See if Niall can make a plan here. This corner is Niall's problem here. He runs very wide here. He doesn't there, but he forces Wilfred to run wide, and Niall might have it up the inside here. Doesn't, but it's going to get a good drive. Foot flat. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Here comes a position change. Wilfred's going to have to run defensive. Niall's going up the outside. He's going to try and get the undercut. Careful not to run. And Wilfred's... Oh, here we go. Niall's up the inside through Dingledale. Over the curbing. Hopefully not too much over the curbing, but the pass gets done. So there we go. Putting enough pressure, and Wilfred eventually having to succumb to that pass, and Niall Bullion goes into 8th. Right, it's also been a little. He runs very wide. Oh, almost in the sand there, and that almost allows Wilfred to get back up the inside. Now Niall's got to watch his mirrors. Down the hill now to Graham Hillbend, who's running far too deep and wide here, manages to keep it clean. Go back a little bit. Ethan Rutter in the Alpine, he is all over the back of Kalen Mawa now. And there in the background comes Chris DeSantis in his BMW, so that drive-through didn't help Kalen Mawa at all. We've had a change up. Enters into 3rd. I don't know how far back that happened, but Paul Fenter went past Mr. Dave Young. He has put himself onto the podium. Sorry, we missed that somewhere, chaps. Banana Jr. See what you did there, my man. Baby Bentley. I'm sure that engine's probably almost as big as the engine that's in the Bentley, but anyway. Right, so Paul Fenter slowly etching out a bit of a lead over Dave Young. Let's drop back again to Rutter. And it's happened. Came back 10 seconds. Before he gets a good drive there. Mara's got all out of sorts. The little Alpine goes right around the outside. Position change done and dusted. Oh, all over the curbs trying to hang on to T1 there. Now the Camaro is trying to come back at him. And while this is going on, oh, that Camaro, gee, Kalen caught that. He was all over the place. So Chris DeSantis coming with the BMW. There he is. He's only 2 seconds or less now off the back of that. So Chris DeSantis going to be in this party with just under 10 minutes to go. This hour has just flown by. Stradham stretching the lead out to 10.5 seconds now over Ryan Barrington Smith. Window, I believe, is closed, which is all good because everyone is pitted. It's just to see now if Chris DeSantis can close in on this Camaro. Big Chev, I mean, it just looks so much bigger than the Porsche and the Alpine just up ahead of it. Monster. Yeah, that's true. I'll try and follow the closest race positions via the timing tower. Actually closing in on Niall. Oh, Niall's got a drama there. And it's done. Wilfred's gone past. See, as I selected him, it happened. I saw that one was closing up. So, quick pass there for Wilfred, and he goes past Niall Bullion. And 7th place. Okay, let's go back to Kalen. Taking severe lines with this Camaro to try and hang on. Alpine of Ethan Rutter, much smaller and more nimble looking car. Indeed, speed juice working. So with just under 6 minutes left, we're going to see if Kalen's going to make an attempt on this Alpine. Going to try and do a send somewhere if he gets close enough, and there might be some contact, or who knows. Let's see. Might allow Chris DeSantis to close in and get into the top 10. Alpine way offline as it goes through there, so Ethan Rutter feeling the stress and pressure, keeping his foot flat in it and maintaining this position. Oh, the Camaro is close here. Ethan's going to have to start running defensive. Confident through the last turn. And look at the drive the Camaro gets. Yeah. Right, Ethan down the middle of the track kind of. Stays here out on the outside. Camaro is looking. Hard braking into T1. Takes a whole lot of curve and some more. Tries to send it up the inside into the hairpin. He is up the inside. Kalen Mawa, wow, with the drive he got out of T1. And that goes right past the Alpine of Ethan Rutter, and he goes back up into 9th place. Sure. Good racing happening. This isn't over, I tell you. Ethan Rutter's going to come back at him. We'll stay on monitoring these cars as I just look. Young, let's go and look at this. Dave Young closing in on Paul Venter. So this gap was 2-point-something seconds. It's now right down to like a second. Paul's struggling with that Camaro, and right now Dave Young seems to be the quicker of the two. Considering this is for podium, I'm going to stick with these guys. Oh, Mr. Venter's having dramas here for sure. Outbrakes himself through the hairpin, and the Mercedes-Benz is right here. Paul might have cooked the tires or had the wrong pressures. I'm not too sure. Maybe somebody else. I don't know if he's saying anything on his stream. But Dave Young is about to take third back away from this big Camaro. Through the back of the track into sector 3 now. They start coming back towards the start finish line. Dingledale, a very difficult, very tricky corner, as is that one, Sterling's. Now Clearways, the Mercedes is right here. Mercedes is looking, I'll tell you what, all of a sudden Paul Venter has to watch his mirrors, because whatever's happened has happened. I think he's got a drama with his tires. Dave looking up the outside now, trying to get a good drive through T1. Undercut, the Camaro runs deep, hits the sand a bit, so does the Merc, but hangs on. And then Mawa down in 9th, hanging on to his position. 3/10 ahead of Ethan Rutter. And Chris DeSantis 3 seconds back, so the BM not being able to take the battle to that Alpine. With just under 2 minutes to go, we're sticking with this dice. Can Dave Young get that Mercedes back onto the podium? Now almost up the side of the Camaro, and the Camaro, Paul Venter having to run defensive. This isn't going to help him as he goes through Hawthorne from the inside. He's now going to be very slow. Up the Derek Minter straight to Westerfield. Oh, a huge slide for the Camaro. He was all out of sorts there. Managed to hang on to it. But it's a good drive heading back towards Clark Curve. Onto the start finish line. He built up a bit of a gap there. Over the line they go, and is this the last lap? One more I think after this. See where our leader is. Sean Stradham. Gonna get to the start finish line. Always in amongst the traffic he is. Sean Stradham's just gone past Kalen Mawa. That's allowed DeSantis to close up on the back of the Camaro a little bit. So yeah, I think Sean Stradham's going to get to the line within 30 seconds, which means one more lap. And Chris is trying to follow him. Chris is all over the Camaro now. So Sean going to go over the line for one more lap. Let's go back and look at Dave Young. He's closing. It's a bit of ways off now. Paul runs wide onto the grass. Catches the car. Out through the second right, now down to Dingledale. super sideways and slid through here just now. A little bit cleaner this time. Dave Young running out of time. He knows there's no more. This is it. Got one more lap now to do this. Hey, Hilton Simracing, how's it? You pitch up here with the last lap. What the heck? Alright, let's see if Dave can do this. Where's Sean? Sean is behind the Alpine, probably getting blue flags. He will have to move over or allow that BM through. It's not really a problem. Gaps come down though from 13 or 14 something seconds to 7 seconds. Looks like Sean's going to hang on to this. Oh, look at this. Paul Venter running super wide. The Dave, because he's not close enough, but now they got traffic. That's Sabata's Mercedes just up ahead of Paul. He kindly gets out of the way. Sean Stratham over the line. Well done, sir. The BMW takes the big W. Ron Barrington, here he comes in the Porsche. And he comes over and takes second place. But let's get back to the action. Dave Young running out of corners. Literally, he's got one sector left. I think Paul's going to hang on to this. Venter drifts the Camaro through Dingledale. Now into the last left through Sterling's for the last time. And that's going to be that, I think. Final turn through Clark Curve, and it looks like Paul Venter, he will take third place in a podium. Mercedes is flashing. Dave Young, good fourth there, sir. Neil Krening, yeah, he comes. Aston Martin for fifth. Great result there. Charles Stein, he's gone over. Oh, here he comes. Why's he crawling? Okay. This man, what is he doing? Did he just run out of fuel? Is Niall Billion's gone past? Where's Wilfred Robson? He's also slowing down. What is going on here? Ethan Rutter. Wilfred's crawling. The Audi, okay, the Audi crosses the line. Is Wilfred going to get over the line? He's not. Ethan Rutter goes past. The Santos is already over the line. I don't really know what's going on here, but sure we'll find out at the end of the race on Discord. Wilfred Robson. Oh, good. Someone pushed them. I promise you, I'm sure he's run out of fuel here. There comes Sabata, all sideways, hammers the tire barrier, car broken, kaput. Right, there we go. That, I do believe, is the finished results, as you can see. Sean Strader, Barrington Smith and Paul Venter, your first, second and third places. Thanks to everybody on the YouTube for joining me this evening. It was grand to have you guys here. Oh, Charles Stein saying fuel. He did have a problem. So that was 2 cars that possibly ran out of fuel. Great to have you here, and hope you enjoyed the live coverage from Logistical Nightmare Tuesday Night Racing. Some awesome dicing going on there in the GT4 series. I hope you all enjoyed that. And we'll be back next week again with GT3s. I possibly will be driving in that. I'm not sure. I'll see. But I will be back for the next round of GT4s in 2 weeks' time. But thanks everybody for joining us, and hope you enjoyed the coverage. And we shall chat soon. Cheers everybody. Bye.